Good afternoon. Thanks for coming today. So I'm from Alliant. How many of you have heard of Alliant? A few, quite a few actually. That's great. So Alliant's kind of a secret. We're relatively unknown. We started back in 1935 in Chicago. However, our membership base today is across the United States. You would think with our geographically dispersed members that we would be a well-known brand. We're not. The financial industry doesn't really know us, media doesn't know us, and most importantly, consumers have never heard of us. In fact, only a few years ago, the only way you could find Alliant if you actually knew you were searching for Alliant. Not a good situation to be in. So, stealth mode wasn't working for us anymore. Our membership growth, new member growth, hovered at about 0.5% in 2014. So business was steady, but it definitely wasn't booming. This gave us pause. So we had to look at our business strategy. We had to look at our membership base and figure out what was going on. We had to get new people in the door. That was critical. But we had to maintain that strong financial value that our current members had come to expect. So we took it upon ourselves to move to a digital-first credit union. So in 2015, we decided to take on what we call the digital shift. And really, there are 4 pillars of the digital shift that we took on that lead to what I like to call happy banking. The first thing is we had to improve the member experience. And members to us are customers, to a lot of you are in banks. So the member experience was key. And really, what does that mean? It means we have to understand these folks. We have to know what drives them, and not what they want. We have to translate that into what they actually need, which is definitely not always the same thing. Next, we had to build simple banking tools that solve real-life problems. We weren't in this to build fancy, schmancy, next-generation technology. That was definitely not the goal. The third thing was we couldn't be a secret anymore. We had to build brand awareness. Fourth, marketing automation was key because we had to test and learn in order to improve our acquisition strategies. So I'm going to take you a little bit more into step 1. All of these things are critically important to how we learn about our customers. Net Promoter Score, journey mapping, user testing, and then user interviews and surveys. I'm going to focus on what I think are the 2 most critical ones. So Net Promoter Score, a lot of you use it. It's my benchmarking tool. It's the thing I use to see if my members are happy, if they're indifferent, or they're just plain out frustrated with us. But the most important thing is I give them this open-ended area where they can give me any kind of information they want. And so I get a lot of good ideas from this. They tell me what needs to be fixed, little tiny things, what new things they want me to add, and I have a bunch of people tell me don't change anything. We love what you're doing today, which can be a good thing and a bad thing sometimes. So Net Promoter Score, use it, rely on it, do your data mining into it. You get great nuggets of information. And then once you really know what you're going to build with your technology tools, you need to do testing. So once you come to a place where you've done wireframes and you have low fidelity or high fidelity prototypes, put them in front of your customers. Watch where they click. Watch where their eyes go. Ask them questions over time. Give them problems to solve in your digital banking tools. Give them scenarios like, take me through how you're going to pay a bill. Ask questions. This will save you time. It'll save you money up front, because you're going to solve problems in the design phase instead of the development phase. So do that research, and you'll be amazed at the little things that come up that are simple fixes in the long run. So the next thing, build simple banking tools. It's really about the team. You got to transform how you're building your technology. You got to build fast. You got to build smart. But it has to be simple. A simple, minimum viable product that you can get out the door and can solve problems. If you're trying to build big, huge technology all the time, you're not learning, once again, fast enough. You're not getting things out the door that are going to solve problems. So in order to get there, your entire team, all of your developers, your quality assurance analysts, your user experience experts, and your channel managers. They have to know that research we talked about before. They have to understand the problems we're trying to solve. So really, we talk to those groups of people about, you're going to talk to the member through everything you do. In the beginning of development, the middle of development, and at the end. You need to know their pain points. You need to understand what you're solving overall. So once we created these great tools, we had to let the secret out. We still weren't known. We had no digital footprint. So we had to work on owned media, and we had to work on earned media. We had to find our influencers. And really, we had to get really comfortable telling our own story because we weren't comfortable doing that. And it came down to a proactive digital public relations strategy. Next, marketing automation. So we were driving all this traffic finally to the site, which was great, but we had Alliant newbies that weren't converting. They weren't converting to a lead, they weren't converting to a member, they weren't taking out a product. So we started with some simple, what I would call automation of retargeting. Still one of the best tools in our suite to convert people and bring them back to the site. Then we went into really customizing the flows based on triggers, whether you took an action or not. We would send you down different paths from email. We would customize landing pages. We would customize the personalization within an email. But most importantly, we would test and learn. And so in 2015, our open rate for emails was at 30%. But then in 2016, we were at almost 49%. So has our move to digital worked? I think it has. So overall, we were able to increase our new members by 14% last year. Huge win for us. We launched a brand new mobile banking app, and that mobile banking app helped us increase our Net Promoter Score. Mobile members in Q1, where our Net Promoter Score was at 64. By the end of Q4, our Net Promoter Score for those same folks went up to 74. So if you're thinking about going down this path, my suggestion is think about your end user, build really simple banking tools that solve problems, and be prepared for change. Because digital is not a destination, it's really a way of doing business. Thank you.